And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and this is Odie as we move into a Tuesday morning. And Odie, if you were listening earlier, I claimed that it may not be as hot today as it has been.
We got a cool front coming in.
Yes, sir, Bob.
We're back down to double digits.
92. Heat index only 97. That's right at that 100-degree mark, but boy.
Yeah, it's just extremely hot.
Yes, sir, Bob.
I know we went through probably 3 bottles of water for each person out there on the interstate yesterday. I mean, it was just
And we'll
constant.
get into the accidents and things that have happened here in a little bit. Here's something that disturbs me out of the gate. And as we always say, what's America coming to? Harvard University is probably one of the most prominent colleges in America. Probably go out on a limb, Odie, and say the most expensive.
Oh, yeah, I back that.
If you go to Harvard University, somebody's family has got a little something.
It's not even cheap to get on the
To pass
request list. Yeah, they charge tolls to go by. No.
We look at the headline this morning, and fury is going across America as they encourage graduates to get on food stamps. Did you hear me?
Yeah. Our education stinks so bad.
Golly.
That we need you to get on food stamps and get the government to pay for it. Oh yeah, we're a Democrat-run college, so we want you to live on the government. We don't want to teach you how to live for yourself.
As you were telling me, Odie made the remark. He goes, "Who was it that made that statement?" And you were joking, of course. You knew.
And it's a true Democrat, not one that teaches you to live off the government, but a true Democrat.
What did he say, Odie?
He said, "Ask not what you can do for your country." Ask not. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Wow.
That means your country's not here to raise you, whether you like it or not. The country didn't bring you here.
That's right.
Your mom and daddy did. Now, I've said this before, and people's looked at me crazy. There's 4 ways to get pregnant. Okay?
Oh, I'm scared.
You ready
now.
for this one?
Oh, I'm scared. I'm very scared.
One is what we don't like to talk about, rape, incest. That's a different subject. That's a different deal you have to deal with. That's off to the side. The second way is artificial insemination.
Okay.
If you do that, it's not cheap. And if you've got the money to do it, you've probably got the means to properly raise a family.
Correct.
Okay. The third way hadn't been done in 2023 years. I don't ever see that happening again.
All right.
So the fourth way is 2 consenting adults knowing the outcome of the activity that they are participating in and what could happen. And those 2 consenting adults bring a child into this world.
Correct.
And rely on the government to raise them. There's an issue with that. I'm not saying that everybody should have the right to have offspring and raise children.
You're just saying be responsible.
Be responsible and be at the understanding that
a child
you brought
upon
that child in here. We didn't. So why are you looking at us to raise your child?
But a college encouraging people not that's disturbing. And a lot of people see this as college not being as important as it used to be because of these factors of what it teaches children. There's a lot of trades, as we talked yesterday, as the school systems are going to start teaching trades, and that's going to be a game changer, I think, as America. Yeah. And if you'll go back and listen to Mike Rowe, y'all, he really, really makes a lot of sense as he talks about these jobs that Caterpillar has and hands-on jobs that pay over $100,000 a year.
Yeah, that you didn't have to go to a 4-year college,
That's
take
right.
out a $200,000 a year loan for you to go back and pay when you don't have a job because they don't have a paying gig and polka history.
But if you ever get a chance, and I think there's a lot of these speeches that you can look up of Mike Rowe on
Dirty
YouTube.
Jobs, yeah.
Man, he speaks a lot of truth there.
Well, that's, when it comes to school, there's some people who need to go to college.
Yep.
And then there's some people who don't.
And you can't force everybody to go to college. That's not what this is made for. Nor can you take somebody that should go to college and not let them. This is America. You should be able to choose what you do.
And I just, the whole system, you've had 4 years of English, but yet you go to college to learn a profession. Why you got to take 2 more years of English? How much more daggum English is out there? Unless you're going in English, you ought to be done with English.
I read this, and this gets my blood boiling as we look across America. There's nothing wrong with people visiting our country. I think that's wonderful that you come over and visit and stay for a little while. We've got an Australian visiting that's complaining that, well, there's too many American flags as she goes across the United States.
Well, go back home.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Wow, oh wow.
Yeah.
A few of the headlines that are shaping America this morning as you're waking up. And also as we look at this, we see that for the first time ever, one of the largest amounts of people that we see homeless in America. They're saying that nearly 600,000 people are homeless in San Francisco. 600,000.
Wow.
What has happened? Has home prices gotten too far? Where have we gone? And I even saw, maybe y'all saw this in San Francisco. It was the Nordis, I can't remember the name of that store, but the next day they hit the Nike store to where they went in and took thousands. No one there to stop them. All of that's got to stop for the American dream to continue also. We've got to reach a point to where you're held responsible for what you do in life and what's right or wrong. It's the only way that like, say, Odie owns a grocery store. He can't make it if everything in there is stolen, nor can the delivery guy that delivers the product that's never paid. It's a system.
Yeah, and I can't keep buying insurance because they're going to pay for the first time and go up. And each time they're going to go up to where I can't buy the insurance. Mm-hmm. I hate insurance, but we've got to have it.
That's right.
It's just part of life, but until you start taking responsibility for the way you're raising your kids or the way your parents raised you, we'll be in a slump like this.
All the way from Why Not, Mississippi. This will be televised, if I'm not mistaken, Pig, as we get ready for Why Not Motorsports Park Street Stock National Week. It's like the granddaddy of all sports coming to Meridian, Mississippi.
Man, let me tell you, there's going to be thousands of people that come to this right here from about 19 or 20 states.
It's huge.
That come here and race. 33 of them are going to start this race. There's going to be about 400 of them that are going to be racing over 2 days to try and make it to them 33.
Get that pole position.
Get that pole position, and they're going to do 3 wide and 11 deep.
I wouldn't want to be in there.
Man, I tell you what, it's something to see. And you want to support a track, you want to support something that's good family fun.
Yes, sir.
Why Not Motorsports Park? About 12 miles straight out past the mall
east.
on 19 South. So head out that way.
Just drive and you see the big crowd.
Oh, you're not going to miss it, I can promise you. You're not going to miss it.
More coming up with Scotty Ray and Odie as we start our Tuesday together. Let's put a smile on, grab a cup of coffee, sit back. We got a lot of headlines that have happened in the last 24 hours that we're going to tell you about. All that's next.
Patrick Allen Companies services and repairs all brands of overhead doors, residential and commercial. Our service technicians are factory trained and have over 125 years of combined experiences. At Patrick Allen Companies, we are not interested in being the biggest, just the best. We are just 4 miles south of Meridian on Highway 145. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Sean joining us this morning from the big city, or actually the big county of Newton County.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning to everybody. I tell you, we've got a lot of people out there, and we appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all spending time this morning with us, and we enjoy sitting down and talking to y'all every day.
As you were sleeping last night, let's talk about what happened around 2:20 this morning. Some folks that didn't want to work. They're the type that want to take what's yours and make it theirs. Walked into the Waffle House with guns drawn and robbed it. This would be directly across from San Marcos on Highway 19. We've seen this area a lot. Let's click on this picture here. Here sits the Waffle House. Here's McDonald's. Here's San Marcos. Right here is where they robbed. Two black men walked in with guns drawn. They would go out the front door and head this direction. Now, from what I'm understanding, although they ran on foot and left the store, a really good chance that there could have been a car waiting in this area right here. They were dressed in all black, gray tennis shoes, and then might have had a yellow mask over their face.
Something to stick out.
A bandana in that area. Possibility they may have gotten into a car that was parked on that back street and fled the scene. So if you happen to be up, live in that area, heard something, contact the Meridian Police Department. We need to get these fellows behind bars. They don't need to. Yeah. You think of the folks that work overnight trying to earn an honest living. Could have been hurt. They were not, thank God, but they could have been. The people that were eating in there sends a bad message, and we need to get these folks off the street quickly.
Somebody's got a Ring doorbell in that area.
Yeah.
So look and see it. 2:20 in the morning. Any car that passed by potentially needs to be looked at.
It sure does.
So give that to the police.
Let's pull it back up and look at it again. This is Valley Street that goes right here. Here's McDonald's. Here's Waffle House. This is going to be isn't this the bank? Trustmark National Bank there. And then Manning Street down here. So anywhere in this area here, let's put this a mile and a half area here. If you've got a Ring doorbell, check it. See what you've got. Even McDonald's. Y'all should check y'all's and see what y'all have got.
Yeah.
Real good chance that somebody was parked across the street there from McDonald's, I'm afraid. That's my gut. I can't prove it.
It's tough. It's tough that we have to deal with this right here just about on a daily basis, a weekly basis. People are trying to break into places that's not theirs.
Yeah.
People's hiring all over town. There's signs up that says we are hiring. We're looking for people. Jobs are available.
Yep. Matter of fact, we can get you a job right now if you're looking for a place at Nick and Al's. They're looking for employment. Also, outside salesmen, they're needing that out at Patrick Allen. If you want a great future, that's two places I know of. Also, Structural Steel is hiring. If you want a great career there, see them. Call us, send us an inbox. Simmons, they hire.
Simmons Wrecker is hiring. They're looking for 2 drivers.
CDLs.
You know, CDLs, you can make some good money. Every one of these are great companies, well established, been here, gonna be here. And there's you an honest way. You want to make a difference in your life?
Yeah.
Bring home a paycheck and sit back and watch what you're doing by participating in society and raising a family, tell me that won't jumpstart your heart. Change your life. If you're one of those criminals out there and y'all are watching us, change your life today. Go get a job and join society.
There you go. Good morning to Dan, who is getting his 2 weeks vacation, just starting it right now. That's a good feeling to go on vacation.
Yeah.
You won't be worth nothing come Thursday.
Now you have to take another week just to get off the vacation.
Ooh. Hey, Peggy, how are you this morning? Good to see you also. As you were also sleeping somewhere around, I believe this was around 9:30 last night. Meridian police officer traveling down 8th Street.
Ooh.
What was that went by? Poof. Well, I'm not sure, but let me turn around and take a look. It was a Clint Black song playing in the background, nothing but the tail lights. A Porsche, as we find out, commenced to running last night. They passed it running at a high-speed rate, turned around to chase it. Last seen somewhere out past State Boulevard on Highway 19, moving very rapidly. They do have a tag number, so at some point they'll meet you at the house there to give you a little ticket there.
Look at there, Squeals BBQ is hired.
Get out of here.
And Rick Gardner, he says, morning, fellas. Good morning, Paw Paw.
Paw Paw?
Yep.
Is he-
Him just had a grandbaby.
Well, congratulations.
So, yep. And prayers are continuing for health of that young baby.
Yes,
and,
sir.
For the family and all. So congratulations there, brother.
Dan says he's going to try his hand at golf. Good luck at that.
Yeah, golf, beer.
Golf and a little beer, a little barbecue.
Well, what kind of beer?
I've only held a club once. I'm no good at golf. I
not
tried.
either.
That little thing weighs more than you think it does, and it seemed to have a spring in it. It is not for me. It's not the sport for Scotty Ray. April, good morning. Glad to see you
I like
there.
putt-putt, though.
Putt-putt's fun.
Yeah.
I will say that. Let's see what else is going on here. We had a Fender Bender last night out by Taylor's Pack-a-Sack is what we'll call it. I think it's Randy's now, but at one point in time it was called Taylor's Pack-a-Sack, as it still is on the map. We hadn't got that changed just yet.
Well, that's what everybody knows, Taylor's Pack-a-Sack.
Miss Nail,
Golly.
under new management now. But right down from the fire department there. A little fender bender there last night. No major injuries. A little traffic jam, you might say, went on there. Now, also yesterday morning at Rose Hill, this would be during the 9 to 10 o'clock hour, we had an accident. This did involve a log truck, Odie, as we go to take a look here. Mississippi Highway Patrol on the scene, if I'm not mistaken. That's Simmons Wrecker also on the scene.
It does look like it, yeah.
Picking up the pieces of the logs and everything that was left over.
And that's what I was saying, to go from straps, because if you look down there on the ground right behind that highway patrol, it looks like there's a strap, and it could be the sun. I don't know, but they use straps now to hold those logs on the truck. Nylon straps.
As we see in the notes there, somebody said the truck ran off the edge of the road and it dropped. He couldn't get control of the truck. It was a one vehicle accident.
I can see that.
Yeah, I've run off. There's not a one of us that you don't occasionally hit the shoulder of that road, and if you're not careful, you can't gain control of it again.
And that looks like a kind of a steep drop off.
Yeah, and of course, the wreck would have happened somewhere back here. If you're looking at the picture here, it would have been worse and unable to regain that. But at the end of the day, no major injuries, and that's what we're thankful for on that. So,
Miss Debbie, good morning, my good friend.
what's she doing?
She said, why don't we ever say good morning to her?
Well, we need to, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
She is a great person. Love her to death. Worked with her years ago, and always. Now you talking about somebody with a smile and can keep you in a good mood.
Yeah.
That's
Let's get to the
Debbie.
good point here. Does she make good pecan
She
pie?
makes good cookies.
Good cookies?
Yeah.
That's how we rate good people around here. 1 to 5. Pecan pie, 5.
Yeah. Yeah. A good cookie, 5. You got
Okay.
a snack, it's a 5.
You can't tell we kind of like food. Austin says that area of road there really doesn't have an edge on it there, and which will cause an accident
Yes,
there.
no shoulder, just wham. And then why don't they chain these logs on there? And then the whole thing would fall over as one, pick it back up, and go on about your way. But no, we got to strap it down with some nylon so it causes a mess.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Bay Springs has put out the word as we're down in Jasper County, as they tell us burn ban is now into effect. So don't be burning anything in Jasper County, and I highly don't suggest it in Lauderdale County, although we don't have a burn ban. It's
Right.
just as dangerous, isn't it, Odie?
It really is. And if the state puts out a burn ban, they'll put one out. We're not going to do one here lately or locally. But yes, it's very dangerous out there. It's very dry. Pile all your stuff up. Wait for another day, a good safe day with some rain and less wind, and go out and do your burning there. So, banana pudding. Come on, Roy.
I'm with you on that. Smith County under a burn ban also, Margie tells us. And if you're watching from a county that we haven't mentioned, please let us know there.
Yeah, it is illegal. When you have a ban, it's illegal. That's tickets and court and everything else. So just don't burn.
We'll be right back as we'll tell you who 2 new police officers are. Yeah. You'll see them on the streets around Meridian before long, and we'll introduce you to them next here with the Scotty Ray Report.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting. And the list goes on of job openings. Start your future today at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we get this morning going. As we mentioned, we've got 2 brand new police officers in Meridian. We'd like to welcome Shamara Washington and Camden Murphy. Let's pull up their picture here so you'll see them, because I'm sure you'll see them around town somewhere. Here they are. The latest to the MPD. So good luck. We're trying to get some cornbread shipped into him to put a little weight on him. Wind might blow him away.
Yeah, got to run around the shower to get wet.
Little skinny fella there. We're pulling for him.
But hey, I kudos for going and being a part of the Meridian Police Department. Thank y'all for your service, and look forward to working with y'all.
Let's see what else that we've got going on. We need to get into the situation that happened yesterday. And whenever you see one of these starting to land in a highway, you know that, well, it's not good in any way. When you see a medical helicopter landing in the middle of a 4-lane, it's serious. And, well, we had that yesterday. We had a loss of life, didn't we, Odie?
We did. We had, there was 4 people in the car. 2 were minor injuries, 1 with a little bit more injury that could have been severe, and then we did have 1 loss of life. And I've got to give a shout out to Alex at El Norte. One thing that we deal with on these interstates is a language barrier, and a lot of times we can't communicate and find out who's who and what happened. And Alex has stopped me and told me, and I think this is like the 3rd time that I've called and asked him to help us out. But I tell him, say, man, look, this is the situation we're at now. Can you help us out? And I give them the phone, and they talk, and I'm able to use Alex as a translator to go back and forth.
That's handy.
Get some information. And so big shout out to Alex at El Norte for helping us like that when we call. And I hate that, he has to deal with talking to the family under that circumstance, because I know it's not easy either. But man, thank you, and prayers go out to the family and everybody that was there, that was doing everything that was possible for this young woman.
I've heard that your wife's had to help out when somebody has stopped and given a ticket from Lower Alabama. She's had to translate that language.
It's tough, and so I've carried her with
A
us
time or
before
two.
for the, just for that, because that LA dialect.
As we all know, that and it's just unique how different parts of America that we sound different. You take a New Yorker who totally sounds different. Then you move right across. It's not far from here, Louisiana, the Cajun sound.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I sometimes have to pause and strain real hard to understand Cajun. Mississippi sounds different than sometimes of those in South Carolina, but it makes up America. It certainly does. And a big thank you to Alex for helping out with that.
Well, I told you the other day at the beach, Amy was taking some pictures of some ladies that were there, and they said Meridian. It was like, wow. So I asked them, I said, are y'all from Meridian? They said, yeah. I said, well, me too. And they said, Meridian, Idaho? And I was like that close from saying, do I really sound like I come from anywhere near Idaho?
A different language there also.
Yeah, totally different. But now, it ain't no Idaho.
Even Ohio sounds so much different than Meridian.
Yeah,
And
it
then
does.
you get into that New York thing. I think even the people from the Bronx sound a little bit different than.
Queens and Bronx, they all got their own little dialect.
If you've ever watched The Fugitive, you can pick up on those different languages. You're like, whoa, how do we get anything done?
What was that, the water boy? Gotta be.
That one I don't understand. But I promise you, there's people who can speak the language.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it just ain't me.
No,
On a sad note, we invite each of you to Dekalb tonight to Legion Field. And as we pull this up, there's going to be a ceremony tonight. It is going to be for this little boy who lost his life this weekend out at the lake, who drowned. This will happen at Legion Field tonight beginning at 7:30. Brother Chris will be there as a ceremony is held to remember the life of Kenyan Rush. And again, as they pay tribute to this little fella, keep them in your hearts, keep them in your prayers. Such a sad, sad state to lose such a young man, 10 years old, who drowned in that lake this weekend. A lot of friends, and it does affect other kids his age that were good friends with him that don't understand what happened. The parents don't understand. None of us do. When a child is taken from us, it's a sad time.
I've experienced a
mourning.
lot of things, but I don't. That's something that I don't understand.
Yeah.
The pain that comes with that, and man, my grieving heart goes out to the family and everyone that was friends with this young man.
It's a feeling that not near one of us that are watching this or speaking right now ever want to feel. You don't. And
There's only one way that you can get some kind of comfort out of this, and that is to turn your heart and your mind over to the Lord and ask Him to come in and give you that comfort. It's the only way.
that's true.
Man.
Again, that's at 7:30 tonight at Legion Field. They would love for you to come be a part of that in Dekalb.
Baby Duck, my little baby duckling's out there, know him. Known him since T-ball. So, Baby Duck, tell him Pawpaw Duck's got their arms around them and understand it's tough for them too.
Absolutely. More on the way as we start this Tuesday together. We do hope we live and we have smiles together, we have laughter, and we cry together each and every day of whatever happens in our communities.
Yep.
We'll be right back as we continue this.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squeals BBQ, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squeals simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squeals are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squeals BBQ, the best in fine barbecue.
Are you ready for summer? Massey has a 2021 Jeep Wrangler that's waiting on you with only 61,000 miles. How about a Rogue with 57,000 miles? A 23 Camry with only 50 miles on it? Or maybe it's a Toyota Tacoma four-wheel drive that you're needing. From Silverados to F-250s, Massey Supermart Auto Sales, 1023 Highway 39 North.
Profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
And welcome back. Good to see Bill Reinhardt up today.
Yeah.
Maybe I've just missed your comments in the last few days, but good to see you back joining us once again there. Connie Dunn, how are you doing? Peggy Joyner is there with us?
Man, that's awesome. And David and Edna Barfield,
What they doing?
37 years of marital bliss.
Is that what you call
She
it after
doesn't
that
even
long?
look like she's 37 years old.
Man.
But I hang around her son, so. But she works for Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department.
Oh, does she?
And,
well, congratulations.
So she's right there in the middle of it. She's in the office, so if you have to go in there, she's the first one you have to see.
She's
But
sort of
she
like the
takes care of
gatekeeper.
us. She's like the gatekeeper. She's the one in there that you want to keep happy.
Don't make that woman
So,
mad.
no, not at all. So, happy anniversary, you two.
Anybody remember watching the TV show? I did for many years, The Monsters, and there was this one girl on there that didn't quite look like she fit in there.
She kind of stuck out like a sore thumb.
She did.
That
She
was-
did. She was beautiful, as a matter of fact. Her name was Patricia Ann Priest. She was actually the second person to play that part. Beautiful lady there. She has a birthday today, born in 1936. She was what we would call a looker.
You could say that.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. Let's see here. Anybody remember watching Man X, the TV show?
Mannix,
As a kid, I couldn't say it, so I used to say, "Let's watch mayonnaise." Me and my sister, I couldn't say mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is coming on. As we go back to watch this, Mike Connors was born on this day. That wasn't his real name. I can't even pronounce his real name. But Joe Mannix, the CBS television show, it was a good show. I remember
It was
back.
good. It was good. Look at there. We got another one for Wade and Danny Boykin. 30 years yesterday. Oh,
Tennessee. Congratulations there. Anybody ever heard the name Bobby Helms?
they know the song, though.
Yes. And it's funny this time of year. He was born. He's known for this. Anybody remember Jingle Bell Rock? Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Jingle bell, something, something.
Right. That's the best I can do. But Bobby Helms, born in 33 on this day. That'd make him upper 80s there.
Yeah.
One of the best that America ever had to offer. A plain and common spoken American that, well, most will remember his name. Anybody remember Will Rogers?
Man.
He passed away on this date back in 1935. And it would be a plane crash that took him from us there.
Wanda, did I say Wade? Wanda Boykin, not Wade. I'm sorry.
Oh, well.
All right, so instead of it being Wade and Danny, it's Wanda and Danny.
Shame on you. I didn't catch it. I didn't hear it.
I'm sorry. Please don't hold that against me.
Lord have mercy. Well, don't worry, we'll make more mistakes that are worse in a minute. Just give us time. Does the name Mike Henry mean anything to you? Probably not, but if you were to say, hold my hat, Junior, hold my hat, you would probably know what we were talking about, wouldn't you?
Boy, when we get home, I'm going to slap your mama.
There's no way that you came from my loins. As we go back,
It's a ball game, Daddy.
Junior was born on this date back in 1936. And he really played that part really good.
I hadn't seen him on nothing else.
Ever. But he sure could hold that hat at 80 miles an
Oh,
hour.
he sure could. Oh,
Where's
nice
Greg when we
lady.
need him?
Yeah. He's sitting back watching Lifetime. It's Christmas movie.
And how did he ever get Sally Field to almost marry him at the beginning of the movie?
Ain't that the truth? I don't care if it was written in the
Here he goes. Junior, put the evidence in the back seat.
the evidence. You look taller on the radio.
Holding that door up front. I'll never forget that as long as I live.
No, you can't make up that kind of TV.
In 1945, this was a big day for America. A lot of lives had been lost up to this point, and there was a celebration that would be held today.
Yeah.
It would be the day as we knew that we had won victory over Japan. And this is that famous scene of, well, he didn't even know her. He just reached out and grabbed her and kissed her.
That's
they would
it.
talk about this later. And isn't there a statue of this?
There is a statue of that. Sure is. And I know how he felt. You get off a ship and hit American land after, woo, you're good to be home.
But nowadays, you'd be sued over that and charged with multiple crimes for doing that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Am I right?
In a heartbeat.
How
Man.
America has changed. It has. 1969, the hippies got together on this date. I don't know any other way to word it. It was just like hippie fest, because they all gathered in this little pasture called Woodstock.
They got out there and they had their beer and they smoked their weed and they listened to their music, and I'm sure there was some things that got messed up.
You
but
think?
overall, they took care of a lot of that area. They were just plain hippies. Did you see where they tried to remake Woodstock?
Yeah, 99% didn't work out.
Tore everything slap up, destroyed every single thing out there. Had to call in riot police.
So you're telling me the hippies knew better than today's
Well,
hippies?
they sat back and took. I don't think today's hippies was even over there. I think that was just.
Mean people.
I think that's what our kids were raised into being, or something.
Yeah.
Self-centered, don't care, and it's something.
Yeah, Karen tells us that statue is in San Diego, is where that is.
I'm not really sure,
That's neat.
and it may be. Now that you've said that, it may just be. Yeah.
My hat flew off, Daddy. I love that line.
Go get it.
that music, the camera pans.
Ain't got no top. Ain't got no door. And poor thing's just a wiggling in that car.
We won't even say what he told Junior when he said duck.
Y'all go back and watch that movie tonight.
This
You'll
very
be
well
glad.
could rank right up there with Gone with the Wind, and y'all don't even know it. We would
Yeah.
hate for anybody to miss out on Smokey and the Bandit Part 1.
Part 1. Yeah, Part 2 and the elephant.
Can you sing this? It's now or never.
Never.
1960, Elvis would have a number 1 hit on his hand, and it was It's Now or Never.
He had some good music.
That boy could sing a phone book, and it would have been a hit.
You're exactly right.
And why?
playing the movie, do everything.
He loved his mama. That's what it amounted to. Did your mama ever bring you
Yeah.
silverware to school?
No.
Maybe that's what went wrong with us.
No. My mama told me you should have took it with you when you left the house.
That woman loved her some Elvis. It was, and I guess it had a lot to do with the twin passing away that he had. And so she
yeah.
was overly protective of Elvis. Didn't want
Yeah.
anything to happen to him. But he turned out all right.
Oh, yeah.
1972, well, he just got married. I think he fell for this old girl here recently, but he's had some really good movies. Anybody remember a guy named Ben Affleck?
Man, I tell you, I love The Accountant.
Oh,
That
man.
was, where he played an autistic accountant.
That was good.
Man. Yeah.
I
If you
like
haven't
that
seen
one.
It, go watch it.
Was he in, what was it, The Deer Hunter? What was that?
Yeah.
Goodwill Hunting? Is that what I'm
Good Will
thinking?
Hunting, yeah.
Goodwill Hunting. That was good, too.
Now, he messed something up I don't like.
What was that?
He is not a Batman.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if it was him or the writers, but y'all destroyed Batman. Y'all destroyed Superman. Y'all destroyed Spider-Man.
They've done, and here's my problem with the Batman and Spider-Man thing. They've done so many, I can't separate them anymore.
And then one does it and says, well, I want to do it. So then somebody else makes
A year
one.
later.
Yeah, and it's like, wait a minute now. Who owns the right to this? Mm-hmm. And keep it on one and keep it the way it's supposed to be. If you don't want it, if you want to change it, go get your own character.
And you're right, there is a tribute to Elvis at the Temple Theater later this month. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
I did see the sign for that. This only happened once that we know of, that we're ever aware of, but a young lady failed in life. She would dust. This is how America works. When you fail at something, you get up and you dust yourself off and you get right back at it. She done such a good job of it. She failed miserably in 1977. And who am I talking about? Reba McEntire. It went nowhere. Her first single bombed. She would dust off and come back with a fury and, well, become
And look what she is now.
Wow.
Man.
the queen of the rodeo. That's how she got started. And, well, the rest is history, so to speak. What a lady. 1990, so she's kind of young.
Yeah, she played in the Hunger Games, I believe.
You're right, with the bow and arrow stuff
Yeah.
there. Jennifer Lawrence was born.
Because she was hot in that one, too.
Let's see, Silver Linings Playbook. Did you ever see that one?
I didn't see that.
That almost sounds like a good one there.
But yeah, she, 1990, wow.
So that, she's in her 30s now. Woof, 33, as a matter of fact. I guess that's not young anymore, is it?
Well, to us it is.
Hush. Making us sound old. Shame on you, Odie. LaRondo, good morning there. I hope your day is going well also there.
Yeah.
Steve joins us. Let's see here. Alan Carlisle, good morning there. We got more on the way as we start this day together. Y'all don't give up on us. We'll be right back.
Your local farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
Okay.
Welcome back. As we talk about the farm supply, you'll find them right on 49th Avenue, exit 151. Fishing time is going on. If you listen to Chet, he tells you when to go. And if you need a rod and reel, well, they've got all of that for you there. And any type lure that you may be looking for, drop in, visit with them. Big selection there. Before long, we'll be switching all this over to the hunting section before long.
Yeah.
Sunglasses. It's so bright. You ever walk out of a building and can't see where you're going, can't see your car? Find you a pair of sunglasses there. They've got some of those coasters. Those are really, really nice also. And, of course, a short sleeve shirt to keep cool during these 125 days that we have in the Deep South. Can't miss that. And anything that you might want to work outside, take care of your house, or relax under a shade tree. They've got all that for you there at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply.
You know, Ward needs to get that glider. He wants one of those metal ones. You know, Ward, you might be all right on that.
That would.
Nice wooden.
From gloves and a whole lot more. Exit 151 again, right there off the interstate. It will lead you to the front door there. Visit with them. Lauderdale County Farm Supply.
That's right.
Betty, how are you today? So good to see you there.
Uh-oh, Terry says, watch it.
Let's see. Reba is going to be. That's right. I forgot she's going to be on The Voice.
Yeah, she took, what's his name, spot?
Blake.
Yep. Man, that's something.
And we need to say, Bill, what Bill do this week?
Yeah, talking about Bill Reinhardt with, you know, he went to Graceland and did a gospel set for Elvis week. So congratulations there.
Yes, sirree.
That's pretty good.
Graceland, if you've never been there, I highly suggest doing that. You know, and I didn't get to bring this up yesterday of a few things that are going on. Stronger Together Foundation are doing a lot of things for the community. And if you're watching it on a business and look up and go, wow, my flag out front looks bad, they'd like to provide you with a flag. As we go here, a ceremony was held Friday there as they raised this high above the United Way of East Mississippi and the Community Foundation. The ladies were there to receive it. Absolutely stunning. It was great.
You know, Mike has done a lot with our community.
He sure has.
And he's the one that brought the rolling
On the wall.
wall into Meridian, and had a couple of 2,500 people came through to see the wall, and that's awesome. And what he's doing for our community and pushing that information out is great. And now he's doing this with the flags. Y'all support this new organization he's got going.
I got a message for you from the sheriff of Clark County.
He told me I was watching entirely too much TV.
That's funny.
So I sent back, ha ha.
He's
Well,
all
what else
over
was
it.
I going to say? It was probably, but it is true.
I was trying to think of anything new that has caught my attention. Now, Angie did have on the other night, and I had not watched any of that, 1883, and I watched probably about 45 minutes of it, and that does look to be, Tim McGraw done an incredible job, and I would not have recognized Faith Hill. She looked kind of old and haggard. Must be makeup.
Yeah. Well,
Right?
I'll tell you something.
Please tell me it's makeup.
It is.
Okay.
Because she's still hot.
Okay.
She's still hot now. Well, we know who she is. Only thing that makes her hot. She's hot.
There you go.
Now I watched something. I don't know how many people out there watch it. I didn't watch it until Amy got me into watching it. But Big Brother,
I can't handle that.
I watch it because I think it's all funny.
What I guess I have a problem. I don't know. It just isn't for me. I've watched bits and pieces of it before where they follow you around. And that below deck stuff, oh my gosh. Yeah. Lord help me. Calgon,
And
take
then
me
somebody,
away.
they're always naked in each other's little cabin anyway.
They are.
So, and then somebody got fired for being naked in the cabin.
Yep. Sure did. Climbed in bed with somebody.
Crazy. Yeah.
They took care of that. And I have not watched 1923. That's got Harrison Ford in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and I've watched a few of it, and it was pretty good.
And, of course, the big one will be ending before long as Kevin Costner has, I guess, pushed the envelope a little bit too far, and it's over. We mentioned Clark County just a moment ago. We don't have Tulsa King.
Woo! Alligator, you hit it right there on it. That is a bad movie or show.
I've only seen
love it.
3 episodes, and then you had to go to that other one, and I got to see it.
Oh,
Sylvester
it is.
Stallone at its
Yes.
best. Hey, we're not only TV hosts, we also are movie critics. We forgot to tell y'all that.
Thumbs up and thumbs down, or we even added that. Inkle and Bert, and who was it?
Inkelbert and Humperdinck.
Yeah, that one.
Them two.
That's all they had. Well, we've got one of these.
And we don't sit in dark theaters and eat popcorn to do this. No.
We sit right here in front of y'all. Come to your house every morning, tell you how it is.
As we mentioned Clark County, and I don't have all, and Todd, you're watching with this, but we do know that a body has been found, and we meant to mention this yesterday. The gentleman that has been missing in Clark County, the 62-year-old man, a body has been found. It has been sent off for autopsy for complete identification. We are assuming that it is most likely this gentleman. Condolences to the family on that as we wait to hear more on this case. Again, that's Clark County.
Siskel and Ebert.
Yeah, them two.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were different.
We'll get it out before long.
Siskel and that's the name of the
One of them.
This is scary as we go to Camp Shelby as an Illinois National Guardman has passed away from the heat.
You know, it's always been hot. Now, I don't remember it being as hot as long as it is right now, but it's always been hot. But do you remember growing up when you did a lot of outside, you had some water out of a hose and
Dump it
a
on your
salt
head.
peel, and when all that was bad for you, now we've got more injuries from heat?
And this is an assumption. I have nothing to back this up. Is the word that we stay indoors more nowadays and we're not as adapted? You take somebody that comes off to go to boot camp that's not used to being outside, and it can be deadly to you. We pass along condolences to the family members of this young man that lost his life during that.
Well, my grandson will not have a military career. Not unless he can do it all from inside.
He's got a problem, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Canton, Mississippi is having just as many problems as we are, as a rash of car burglaries have broken out in the Canton, Mississippi area. And of course, Canton being in the upper echelon, a very nice city, it even has trouble as well as police are trying to figure this out as to who's behind all of this.
Well, he looks sharp, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, the police
chief over
chief
there, man.
And it is a bad thing. You come home from work, the last thing you're thinking about is locking the door of your car because it's your stuff. You get out, you walk in your house, and you sit down in that cool air conditioner, and then 9:30 you think, well, my car's open. Well, it's okay. It's my yard. Not
Nobody's
anymore.
going to bother it. Yeah.
Things have just changed. So keep that in mind every night as you go in to, lock your stuff. Get into a habit, and that's what it has to be, is a habit.
And buy cameras.
Yes, sir, Bob.
Buy cameras are good for you to keep an eye on your property, and they're good out in the city, but cameras don't replace cops, so I don't want
Yeah.
to, say that we need to just keep adding cameras and not cops. But around our homes, we need cameras.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is not going to happen, as Presley, which is kin to Elvis, running for governor of the great state of Mississippi, challenges Tate to 5 different debates. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, a debate. Now, there are some offices that a debate is, what do you debate? But
Right.
now, governor, you definitely have to do it.
But I don't think he is.
But-
I could be wrong. I could eat my words in a day or so, but I just don't see him. It would almost acknowledge that, well, I've got competition, and if you
That's
ignore
right.
it,
It'll go away.
I took out a little piece of black tape, and a few miles down the road, that little light on the dash, well, it made the truck quit. Always remember that.
Yeah. So
I don't think he'll do it.
I don't think he will either. But you've got to get your stuff together if you're going to have a debate.
Yeah,
And
you got
5 of them?
you got to know everything that's going on. Yeah, I wouldn't do good at this.
Yeah.
Scotty Ray and Odie, good morning to you. It is Tuesday as we travel along, bringing you the early morning news. Garrett Outfitters on 8th Street is getting you ready for summertime. A large selection of cool hobo shirts. Maybe it's short sleeves. Maybe you need a pair of shorts. If you're going to be cutting grass or maybe riding a tractor this summer, you're going to need a straw hat to keep cool. And as you head to that favorite fishing hole, don't forget you'll need a pocket knife along with a great rod and reel. And if you earn your living in the woods, don't forget to check out their big selection of snake boots, Carhartt pants and shirts for any occasion. It's Garrett Outfitters, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing, or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Roy reminds us his nephew's in San Antonio there for basic training. There is no part of basic training anywhere that is cool, is it?
I was in Great Lakes, but I didn't go during the summertime.
A little wintertime.
I went in the wintertime. They had me out there shoveling snow.
Oh, I bet that wasn't fun.
And he come up to me, boy, where are you from? I said, Mississippi. He said, is that how you shovel snow? I said, I don't know. I ain't never seen it. How you shovel stuff where I come from. Yeah, they shovel snow different. You do red dirt.
It's 6 weeks of that, correct?
Oh, no.
How long
13 weeks.
Oh, it's 13 weeks of basic training?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
That was back when they whooped your butt. But none of this.
Would you
Stop.
agree that we're at a point to where America needs to put a stop on and go, wait a minute, everybody that turns 18 should go learn a little something from the government, as in making beds, getting up at 4 o'clock, having a little responsibility?
I've always been in that mindset of when you graduate, you turn around and do a 2-year minimum in the military, period.
But 6 weeks, would at least some basic training would be good, would you not? The 2 might be hard to pass, but I do think that most Americans would think that a few weeks of this would do Americans good, in case something were ever happened to our country to where you did have a knowledge if you were called to bear arms for our country.
Yeah, and it would. I like that 2 years because now you've got the basic training, but then you go to get some type of education. then you get your feet wet as far as if this is something that you want to do. And then you can go to college, or you can stay in the military. You can just get out and go to work. But we've got our military built back up. Hopefully, we've instilled a lot better manners in these young kids than what they've got now.
Do we still have selective service to where 18?
We do.
That is okay. I was
But
just
I
checking.
mean, what's the use of it? We're not going to ever
Not being used, is it?
do a draft again. But here I'm fixing to get some of y'all's nerves up.
Here we go. What's on your mind?
You've got people in Harvard that's wanting to get everybody on food stamps, but you've got a college football coach making $15 million a year. Guys, we got a problem. When you have a football player or a baseball player, when you play a game and you make millions of dollars a year for playing a game, and we have people who've come out of our military who've given you the right for that, that's living on the street because they don't have a dime to their name and they can't find work, but y'all are sitting back making millions and millions playing a game.
I don't think you're going to upset a soul with that. I really don't. I think a lot of people had that same feeling these days of what happened. Our salaries are backwards, so to speak.
And I think that we turn around and we start pushing 2-year military that gets this. If you want to go back to college, you can go to college, but we are no longer forced on education. We're forced on going and a football team, a baseball team. That's what we push. What happened to the education? Why are we not pushing our education and sports be doing something extracurricular?
Something to think on there.
Just a odious.
Be careful, don't drop your man purse. We see in Philadelphia that the cricket store was broken into last Friday. Yeah. Eric Lyons and the police department are working behind the scenes to get this solved also as we look up there. As we look around, let's see some other things that have gone on. Remember this Sam Bankman guy? The guy that done this crypto money? Do you remember who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he used $100 million of other people's money to donate to political campaigns. Ooh. Yeah, he's probably going away for a little while.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just in case anybody missed all of that. As we start looking at Hawaii this morning, we're up to the death toll. Odie, tell them how bad this is.
And that 96 people confirmed have lost their lives. And this is, it's heart-wrenching.
It is.
What's going on over there. So, continued prayers. FEMA has brought in a lot of people. I think they've got right at 400 people that are on scene now trying to help with housing, trying to help with food, trying to help getting lives back together. But definitely our prayers go out to each and every one of them over in Hawaii.
I don't know. I mentioned this briefly yesterday morning about Kansas. Small town, little newspaper, gets raided by the police department. The owner, which is 98 years old, gets so worked up, she has a heart attack and dies from it, from the stress. Turns out there may be more to this story than we know, that they were looking at possibly, and again, this is all alleged, releasing a story that the police chief may have been involved in something that maybe was illegal. Road.
Is that another one of those truth hurts kind of deal?
And they were saying they were not even sure that the newspaper was going to release the story. And then this has happened. Is this an overextension of what should have happened? Or is this, it's still a lot of what ifs to be made. But at the end of the day, we do know that a 98-year-old home was raided, computers taken, and she passed away over this. More to come on this as this sort of sifts out and we find out what the total truth is.
That'd be the first 98-year-old woman that I know that used a computer to play something besides solitaire.
She probably had people. She probably had people do that for her. That's what I'm guessing here. And of course, as we all know, newspapers are becoming a thing of the past. They are barely hanging on at this point. Barely hanging on. Of course, the way you're watching us now is going to be the wave of the future. Before long, television newscasts won't be what they are. It will be more of what we do. We're a step ahead of what's coming. And we do appreciate, speaking of that, everybody that joins us each and every day.
We're going to bring you the news. We're going to bring you the good. We're going to bring you the bad. We're going to bring you the fun. We kind of put it all into one nut.
Yep.
And let you crack open the shell and see if you like what's inside.
All right. We'll be back tomorrow morning as we conclude this morning's program. We'll be on the lookout for anything going on that happens to let you know about it.
Man, I tell you, that's gone by, again, the fastest hour of the morning. But we'll be back in 23 hours.
That's right.
We couldn't do it without you. Wouldn't want to do it without each and every one of you. We love you. Have a great day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: